So here is the 4.5.0 patch notes. This one's, it's mostly Eternal focused because we're going to have 2 Eternal Runeterra opens this month / season. And yeah, we got a bunch of buffs, we got some nerfs, and we got some bug fixes. Let's settle on in and talk about it. So loaded dice, 4-mana Bilgewater card used to say for the rest of the round when you damage the enemy nexus, nab 1. Now it says next round when you damage the enemy nexus, nab 1. So it's like a setup card. Even though they're loaded dice, they often seem to roll snake eyes. This change should allow players to feel more in control of their fate and make it more likely they end up with a loaded hand. That's true. It does do that. The thing is that we have to thank Sakesh for the Prime and the 2 months. Thank you very much. Flare Charger's nerf bar deck. Yes, it does. I don't like nab. And yeah, the card's still not very good, like Dravander said. It's still not great. I also don't like nab at all. So this one is we can just leave nab over there. If nab cards aren't getting played, maybe we just kind of leave them there. Next up, you already know I was stoked about these. Specifically this. These celestial spells are awesome and powerful. You're goddamn right. But they ask you to make a few too many offerings to the celestial gods. It should now be a bit more satisfying to shape the stars and see what they may hold, as all of the cards should be playable. So the only change is that now you don't have to behold a celestial card, which is good. So this is a buff to these cards, and more importantly, maybe more importantly, I don't know, but it's a huge buff to star shaping. Star shaping was kind of rough if you weren't playing Zoe or you didn't already like hit Zoe and stuff, because you couldn't take something like Supernova or Cosmic Inspiration unless you already had a Celestial, or you knew that you're going to be able to get one later. Now that you poor Twitch chat seeing ads, now that you don't need that, I can just take Cosmic Inspiration actually every time, which is perfect. We're going to be playing probably quite a few Zoe decks in Eternal. Especially now that Zakesh gifted a tier 1 sub, thank you very much. Especially now that Serpent's back to a 2-1 from the like 0 to 3 Celestial pool. That's a really big hit for Celestials. This is a really big hit for Celestials. Very excited about that. Moving on, Crimson Aristocrat was a 2-mana Noxus 2/2 on play. Deal 1 to an ally and grant a +2/+0. Not a very good card. Now it's play, deal 1 to an ally and grant a +1/+0 and overwhelm, which is much better. Much better. The Scars archetype has always been somewhat weak. That's true. This changes to allow this card to be a more generic tool for Noxus. Yeah, so it's way better. Is it going to be good? I don't really know. This changed almost 2 years ago to Riot on Twitter when they asked for suggestions, so it's surreal to see now. They just kept it tucked away. Yeah, this is pretty good. Being able to give Overwhelm for 2 mana is very strong, especially with another body. So we'll see. I don't think there's like a deck that currently wants this, but maybe. This is like way better of a card than it was before. So Pix. Pix was a horrendously bad card. That was a 1-mana 0/2 Ionia card. On support, give my supported ally +2/+1 this round. The problem with Pix is that you'd attack with Pix and it would immediately die because it's an 0/2. Now, Pix has barrier when it comes in, which is way better. This triggers all the Shen stuff, right? It triggers the 3/1 that gets barrier when anything you have gets barrier. It triggers Greenglade Elder, which is nuts. Turns on moral support. Yeah. This is a good change. Very good change for Pix. I am a little bit worried. It can also block on 1. That's true. I am a little bit worried about like Lulu Poppy, because like all my homies hate Lulu Poppy, and Poppy is gonna be back. Spoiler alert: Poppy's getting buffed again, and Twin is back. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. Okay, let's keep going. Twin Disciplines used to give +2/+0 or +0/+3. This was after like a long time of Twin Disciplines just breaking aggro decks. Like Poppy decks were just busted with full Twin Disciplines. Like all the Zed Poppy and Lulu Zed and all that kind of stuff. Like Twin Disciplines was just way too good. Now, Eternal's supposed to be a higher power format. Twin Disciplines is back. So if Lee Sin ever gets unnerfed from obscurity, we have this. Eminent Benefactor. Old 4-cost 3/3 last breath, create in hand a random epic from your regions. New 4-cost 4/3 on play, manifest an epic card from your regions. This is like 4 buffs. Like, this man got buffed so many times. It's just 1 buff. Identity. Thank you so much for the 6 months and the Prime. Now you don't have to see any ads while we talk about the patch. Isn't that great? Am I gonna play this? Probably not. You're probably still just gonna play Clockling, but cool card. Timelines. That's true. Great Timelines card. Yeah. Supersized Dwarf. Thank you for the 10 months. Patch looking kind of nice. Yeah, except Lee Sin's done on it. I was just saying. Look at his fangs. Captive Yeti. This one's cool. It was a 6-cost 5/5 Overwhelm. Reputation, I cost 3 less, so it would cost 3. Now it's a 5-cost 5/5. Reputation, I get 4 less. So it turns into a 1-mana 5/5 Yeti. Loses the Overwhelm now. But it's cool to see Yetis get another 1-mana 5/5. That's what the deck needed. Sanctum Conservator. Okay, so I like this card. Although it was always pretty bad. It used to be if you slain 13 plus units, kill all enemy followers, then you get a second one. So you'd get 2 8/5 Fearsomes, and all your opponent's followers would die. That is a pretty good effect, but it's not quite as good as you think. And it's pretty difficult. Now, it's kill a follower. Then, if you slain 13 units this game, kill all enemy followers, then summon a copy, which is way better. Like an 8-mana 8/5 Fearsome that just like ETB kills something, it kills only a follower, is pretty decent. Like, are you going to play this? Probably not. You could do it as a spicy one-of in like a Nasus deck, and honestly, that's good enough for me. I thought this card was cool. You'll probably get blown out by it once or twice. Is it going to be like played in like tier 1 decks? Probably not. No, but it's cool. Also, Draven's back. Draven back to a 3/3. Nick makes plays. I imagine is throwing a party as we speak. This means maybe we can put him back in Tribeam decks. Also, where's my Tribeam buff? Not mad about this at all. Draven in old format, I do think needed to be a 3/2. I think it was like way too good. But now that there's like other options and stuff for Noxus, I think 3/3s. And we're in Eternal. Withering Wail goes down to 4 mana, which sounds crazy until you remember that Withering Wail was like really bad for like the last year. I feel like it wasn't like unplayably bad, but it was really close. You'd be playing like 1. And now with like Draven getting buffed and there's like a bunch of other aggro stuff, right? We have Samira and stuff now. Pigeon. Happy to see Withering Wail get buffed. It was surprising, but like I'm happy with it. Timeline's back down to 1. I just don't like timelines. This is a fine buff, but you know, just don't like it. Just don't like the card. Poppy goes back to a 3/3. This one scares me. Is it fine? It's probably fine. Like, it's probably fine, but it scares the shit out of me. Poppy's gonna be a good champion again. And oh my god, I don't know if you guys played. I don't know how many of you played during Poppy's Reign of Terror, but this champ is really good, guys. She's really, really good. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Middenstoke Henchman is now a 5/5, which is great, I guess. You're still never playing this guy. Wisefry was a 3/8 and vulnerable. Now it's a 4/8 and not vulnerable, which is great. I don't think you're playing this guy. The decks that want to ping all its own stuff is like Soraka Kench, right? Which doesn't care if it has a big overwhelm unit. That's not how it wins the game. So yeah, don't care about this really. Maybe I'm missing something, but this seems like bleh. Grand Plaza, okay, another card that was like terrifying in its day. Grand Plaza, instead of giving +1/+0 in Challenger, is back to giving +1/+1 in Challenger. This card is terrifying. This card is spooky AF, man. Seems ridiculous with husks. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god, that's awful. Everything just has +1/+1 in Challenger forever. God damn it. I can't believe they did this. Yeah, we'll see. I'm scared. We have better like landmark removal, kind of. We'll see. We'll see. I'm scared. I don't like Grand Plaza. It's just like a bullshit card to play against. It's miserable. Miserable to play against. Like, is the power level fine? Yeah. It's probably going to be really good, but it's probably not going to be like super busted. But this card is miserable to play against. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Captain Erica goes from an 8 cost 6/6 now to a 6 cost 4/4. I think that's way better and way cooler. It's something that you can actually play. On guard, so fun fact, during the first Worlds tournament, me and the Mastering Runeterra team, because Concologist had like just come out not too long before that, and Poppy and stuff with the Concologist decks were like really popular. So we made a list of every relevant Concologist hit in every region for the matchups. And this was like our number one swingiest card was On Guard. You had, when your opponent played Concologist in Demacia, Poppy, like Lulu or whatever, you had to watch out for On Guard because it would just win the mirror on its own. Isn't that crazy? Mastering Runeterra existed back then? Yeah, I don't think the website didn't. We were like just a podcast and a team. Now it's 2 mana, so it's fine. It's not gonna be like overpowered or whatever. This card was 2. No, it was 3. Now it's 2. Out of the way goes from, you have a podcast? Yeah. Type exclamation mark podcast. It's just me and Jason for on. Out of the way was 5 cost, now is 4. This card has always had a cool dream, but has never really gotten a limit. A cheaper cost should make that dream a bit sweeter. This will be fun for meme builds. It's still not gonna be a super competitive card, but it's cool. And Tarek enjoyers can rejoice. Also, I have to think really hard every time I say Tarek, because there's the ex-Magic player, now Flesh and Blood player, Tarek Patel. Tarek and I are not super close, but we're like kind of friends, right? We talk to each other at events, whatever. And his name is spelled the same, but it's Tarek. And then there's Tarek in League of Legends. And I always have to think really hard about which version I'm saying because everyone gets his name wrong and I try really hard to always get it right. So I'm thinking out of the way and I'm like, okay, it's the League of Legends one this time. How do I say it? I'm pretty sure it's Tarek. So yeah. Was that not how it's spelled in League of Legends? It's with a C? I actually did not know that. If you would have asked me, I would have said it was probably with a Q. Iceborne Legacy back down to 5 cost. Fuck this card. That's all I have to say about that. It's fine. It'll be fine. Probably. I don't know. It's just like the decks that play this are like so unfun. They're so unfun to play against because like they either draw Iceborne Legacy and you get ran over, or they don't draw Iceborne Legacy and you kill them because their deck sucks. Moving on. Escaped Abomination back to a 4/3. That's pretty cool. I think it's time for that to happen. I know I'm not going over a lot of stuff a ton, but that's because things are like just strictly better or strictly worse. There's not a lot of like, oh, it's a 4/3 instead of a 3/3. Now the meta changes because of this, but like no, it just deals extra damage and it deals extra damage and it trades higher. Like it's good enough. Blessing of Targon goes down to a 4 cost. Yet another Targon Tailstones buff. Question mark. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, 4 mana plus 3/3 forever is actually like halfway decent. Are you ever running it though? Probably not. Like if you have a Targon Tailstones, you'll probably cast it sometimes. This you'll probably cast this sometimes, but I still don't even know where are you gonna put Targon Hellstones? I think people forget that like paying an extra mana sucks. It's pretty miserable. So we'll see. Kinku Lifeblade went from a 2/2 to now a 2/3. I don't know how to feel about this. It's been a long time since the Lifeblade has shown its face, but in Eternal, it's ready to hold all the best buffs around. So we had to nerf this because of... Was it bigger than this? I feel like it was originally... Did it get nerfed, or was it always a 2/2 elusive lifesteal? I can't remember. But we used to play it in like Bard. It was a 2/3. Okay. No. I think it was a 2/3 originally. I'm getting different answers. I think it was a 2/3. Didn't we play it in like Bard decks or something? Elusive Lifesteal is a scary combination, as everyone learned from Sparklefly. I'm sure this will be fine, though, honestly. Samira got nerfed. The big nerf is... I'm just going to sum it up for you right now. The big nerf is that her rally countdown resets when you get the attack token, like her level 1 does. And then on Flare, you can only give Samira Challenger. So you can deal 1 damage, or you can give Samira Challenger. So the Ken and Samira deck is done. It's gone. That was the whole deck, was giving Ken and Challenger. Now you can't do that anymore. That deck's dead, which is sad. But yeah, this is a big nerf. It's a pretty big nerf. And then you'll see another big nerf in a second. Yeah, big nerf to Samira Seraphine. Tristana now needs 1 more level up. She went from 4 to 5, which is good because honestly, she was like really, really good. There's Samira and Samira Pantheon dead. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play those. I played good Samira decks. So yeah, she's nerfed a little bit slower. And then Bandle Gunners now doesn't have Spell Shield. These are really big nerfs. This one is less big, but this one is huge. A really, really, really big deal for the Bilgewater one. Like a really, really, really big one. Will the Flare still target? Yes, as long as you target an allied Samira. The Demacia one doesn't care overly much. But the Bilgewater Prizefight one, the cooler Tristana deck, got hit really hard. Probably dead now. Powder Pandemonium no longer grants vulnerable. Thank God. This was like such a pain in the ass. I hate this card. I hate Powder Pandemonium like so much. So glad it doesn't give vulnerable. I like to be able to block how I want to. If you're going to get a full board of things that hit me when they die and they hit my face, yeah, it makes lifesteal units way better. Things like Aatrox get a lot better against it. Lot of big Samira Fizz nerfs and other Samira nerfs, which is good. We kind of needed that. Okay, this card's crazy. Card adjustments, Mimic. So Mimic used to be a weird card. It was 3 cost Reputation. If you have Reputation, it costs 1. Pick a spell in play, that means on the stack, or in hand, and create a fleeting copy of it in hand. Now it's 5 cost. It's not a standard card. Now it's 5 cost. If you have Reputation, it costs 3 less, so it'll cost 2, basically. When you play your next spell, copy it with the same targets. What an interesting card, huh? If this wasn't in Noxus, I could do some busted shit with this in like Piltover and Zon, man. Like busted shit. Yeah, you can hit it off Fan Club. That's true. Like, I can't wait to see people do some like really dumb stuff with this. So that'll be fun. Will it be super good? Probably not, no, but it's really funny. So yeah, cool change. Mimic's always been a weird card, and now it's still weird, but cool. Momentous changed from how it copied itself to now it costs 1 less, so it would cost 1, but it gives +2, +0, or +0, +2. I like this change a lot. This removes like the broken part, like they say here for like Varus. It was a little bit too good. Now it's like a very strong card, but you don't get to abuse it. You don't get to abuse the double the double spell, which is good. Doesn't this just make the card terrible in any deck that isn't Kanye? No, not really. You still want it in like a Varus deck type thing. But yeah, it's a good card. Like 1 mana +2/+0 or +0/+2. If you can activate it, good. Now you can write, like, now if we have an actual Yi deck that has weapons, you run this. Absolutely. Okay, moving on. Competitive. This is the first Eternal Rank season. Due to some difficulties with the first Runeterra Open, we have a bonus Runeterra Open this month. Wow! It's 2 weekends back to back. And we have the Mastering Runeterra Open the week before, just saying. So I hope you're ready. You can get ready by playing the Mastering Runeterra Open 1 week before the Eternal Opens. Runeterra Opens. Not the Mastering Runeterra Opens. That was 1 week before. As mentioned above, we have 2 Runeterra Opens happening this month. 3 if you count the Mastering Runeterra Open. Make sure to prepare for June 10th to 11th and June 17th to 18th. Both be Eternal. We'll provide the same cash prizes and RP as a normal Runeterra Open, as well as more invites to the mystery event. Will Tomorrow Open be Eternal Standard? It will always mirror the upcoming competitive format. So if the Runeterra Open, that's the next week, is Eternal, the Mastering Runeterra Open will be Eternal. Sorry, you didn't hear me? Can I repeat it? Yeah, of course. Mastering Runeterra runs an open event. 1K prize pool minimum, guaranteed 1 week before the Runeterra opens. Anybody can sign up. I think on the 2 we've done, we got over $2,000 prize pool on both of them. So that's badass. So yeah, show up, be there. It's fun. It's really good practice. If you're trying to do well in the Runeterra Opens, like, there's no better practice than the Mastering Runeterra Open. NA? Yeah, NA. Anybody with an NA account can play. Here's the Gauntlet schedule. This is gonna be whack. Have you guys seen this? This free build thing? Did you guys read the rules? Let me read them to you really quick. Okay, new Daily Rumble formats. Ignore. Free build. Free build is available at the beginning and end of this patch. Build with 10 to 100 cards in up to 10 regions and 20 champions. So you can play only 10 cards if you want. You can play 1 card from each region. And that's it. That could be your whole deck. Huh. Your deck, if you really wanted it to be, could be 3 Teemos, 3 Puff Caps, 3 Puff Cap Peddler, and 3 of the everybody draws 2 cards. It's gonna be a weird format. Yeah, counterfeit copies. It's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, you just immediately start deep. If you want to, deep tier 0. I think deep won't be good enough. I think you're going to be killing people on like turn 3, turn 4. Be a cap of how many cards. Yeah, it's still just 3, I believe. Yeah, then Ruthless Rumble, then normal stuff. Bop. Nothing super surprising. We get to hit free build again later in June, 1 month from now. Unlimited Gauntlet month. All gauntlets have been unlocked this month, allowing you to compete multiple times in the same day. In order to make this change, we've adjusted the gauntlet rewards just a tad so that 0-win runs will not give any trophies. Get out there and get your badges and prime glories. Cool. We have Pride Bundle. I want to see the emotes. I want to see the Nami emote. But that's pretty cool. What up, Mo? How you doing? This bundle will be free in store until June 8th. So I'll just have to go pick it up. I got to try this out. Convergence, which is a new game that I just found out about, actually. They're introducing free icon and emote login between May and June to receive for free. Cool. Check back tomorrow. We'll be updating an older version of a skin. We will update the section tomorrow when the patch is live. Cool. Miscellaneous stuff, free deck bundles, bug fixes. Someone told me that the Clockling, Clockling got fixed. That's dope. And that's it. That's it. So tomorrow the patch goes live, Wednesday. And we're going to start playing Eternal. I'm going to have to try to play some standard to like get my rank up, because I'm not in top 10 still. What are my thoughts on the most broken cards? Busted. I'm glad he's back. Probably still busted. God, I hate this card so much. This card's really annoying. Glad he's back. That's about it, I think. I like this change. And that's it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Eternal Laddering. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'll see you next time.